So it's Beatrice Nicholas here with Gloria Langford, who is joining me on a Zoom call from New Jersey in America. Hi, Gloria. It's great to see you.
Nice to meet you.
And we are calling because Gloria knew the composer Betty Jackson King, who I'm making a feature of on my EP Black and Classical. So, Gloria, so curious, how did you know Betty Jackson King? She's someone who passed away in 1990, was born in 1930. How did you know her?
I met Mrs. King when I was in high school, and I was a member of her choir while I was in high school, and afterwards, a member of the King Singers.
Amazing. What was it like to be in the King Singers? How many of there were you? What kind of stuff did you sing? Who directed it?
She directed, we sang a lot of the classics, we sang a lot of the popular. Um, it was, the genre was extensive. You know, she just didn't ask you to sing one way. She taught us um, breathing. She taught us. I mean, it was amazing, and I thought because I hear other people singing, she taught us how to scat,
Oh,
like
really?
Ella Fitzgerald did.
Wow.
You know, taught us how to hold notes and how to stagger. You know, whenever we sang, she was a perfectionist.
Hmm.
And to me, she was the ultimate. I really, really enjoyed um, singing with her and for her. Um, it was it was really a great experience to,
Wow.
to just to be in her presence. Um, Thinking back now, it's something that I enjoyed then and I miss now.
Oh, that's amazing. Wonderful. So she was a woman who had so many different strings to her bow. I mean, she was a composer, she was an organist, she was a vocalist, she was a conductor, she wrote operas, and she was also a concert pianist. And I hear that you and your husband got to hear quite a lot of her playing for you personally. What was it like to hear her play the piano, and what did she play for you?
My husband's favorite was Rachmaninoff,
Hmm.
and she would sit down to the piano and she would play just, out of memory, I guess. She would play anything that we asked her to play. Um, and you just, to me, it was like when she played, you were transported, such eloquence and perfection that she exuded when she played. She was such, she would just be concentrated on the music, loving what she did. And we were astounded because my husband and I are both large people with large hands. And one time he had asked her to see her hand span, and it was larger than his. This
Oh,
man wears a size 10 ring, but it was just amazing to see how far her hands would move and how
yeah.
she just commanded the piano to obey her.
So a natural Rachmaninoff player, maybe, because he
Yeah,
had big hands too.
yeah. But I
Yeah.
mean, that's what it was like. It was like she commanded the piano to just do what I tell you to do, and it was marvelous. It really was.
And was there anything composition wise that she was working on whilst you knew her?
Um, I'm not sure if it was Saul of Tarsus that she was working on at that point.
Okay,
Uh,
the opera.
and yeah, but there were several. I don't remember all of their names, but I do have videos of the production, not her performance, but the production of the operas and the plays. I have a couple of those in storage. Um, but it's just something that I treasure, and it's something that I would never want to part with because
Mm,
she was such an integral part of our lives when we were um, living. We lived in the same apartment complex. When
yeah.
she first moved there, she wasn't in that complex. But after I came back to Wildwood, after I got married, um, we lived in the same apartment complex, and we interacted on a regular basis.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So Saul of Tarsus is based on the New Testament Bible story, the Saul
Right.
who became the Apostle Paul.
Hmm.
And I know from her music that she writes a lot of music based on Bible stories. Clearly a Christian woman. What was her faith like? Did you have any insight?
To me, she was a very spiritual person.
Mhm.
Um, she was a very humble person, grateful for the gift that she had been given from God. She really, she reveled in that. Um, Not arrogantly. Like I said, she was very humble with it. But Mrs. King, she knew her God and she worshiped him. And while she wasn't affiliated with any um, church in that area that, on a regular, consistent basis,
Mhm.
I know she did perform at several different churches.
Mhm.
She would play for them, but not on a regular basis. She wasn't tied down to any denomination to say, this is where I'm going to do this or whatever. But if she were asked, she was readily available to go ahead and she would do.
Amazing.
Another side of her that was to be admired.
Amazing.
She just didn't keep it to herself. She was willing and able to assist anywhere that she could.
So I know from other interviews with people who knew Betty Jackson King that um, she was enormously appreciated, both her and her family, in serving and empowering the Black community that she was, that she lived in, and the people that she lived around, and that they were enormously grateful to her and her family. I'm wondering, how was she received musically by the classical, the larger classical world and the music industry?
Not familiar with how she was received by the classical world. And to me, she was, like I said before, her genius was not understood.
Mhm.
Um, she was in an isolated area in Wildwood, New Jersey. And I don't think the people there, even the ones that she worked with, had been exposed to what she played, what she knew. She was asked why didn't she play in casinos as opposed to being on stage um, with some really heavy hitters, you know. Um, so I don't think she was received and appreciated for what she was, who she was, and the kind of music that she had in her repertoire.